So now we're going to address the topic of general contracting. There's times where you will not be hiring 5 or 6 trades to come in. You're going to hire somebody instead just to come in and do that. And Terry's been here with me the whole time through the whole shoot. He's going to share with you a little bit about what you should expect from a general contractor, maybe some of the games that some of the general contractors are playing. And we're just going to go from there. Terry, what can you expect from a general contractor? What do you do and what should you expect?
Well, a general contractor will come into your job and first of all, he'll ask you if you have a set of plans that you've spent time with an architect to plan the project out. Then what he'll do is he'll take those plans, find out what specifications and certain things that you're looking for, and he'll bid the job according to the plans. A lot of times, I'll come in the type of residential building that I do, it's very high end. I actually work directly for the homeowner. And what I'll do is I'll go out and get 2 or 3 or 4 bids. Okay,
whereas a general contractor works for them, kind of like works for themselves and makes a piece off of all the other guys underneath them.
Well, he charges a management fee or a certain percentage. He'll say, I'm going to charge you 15%. 18% to run your job,
okay,
depending on how sophisticated it is, okay, and how much time it's going to take. And he's hoping, the thought is that as long as your plans are to what you want, and there's no change orders, which happens, that he can basically tell you from his bids, it's going to cost you X amount of dollars, and we should complete it in X amount of time.
And then what you do that's kind of unique and different is you titled yourself at one point as a project manager.
What I do is, again, the type of homes that I build, they're 2, 3, 4 year projects. They're from usually 10,000 square feet up to 19,000 square feet. And you're involved in every aspect of the house.
Terry does some cool stuff, elevators, tunnels, kind of just stuff that you want to go check out, cool stuff. You're often called in by an architect who says, hey, Terry, we got a situation. This guy's halfway through the project. The contractor walked out on him, stiffed him on a lot of stuff or whatever. And then you're called in to kind of save the day. And it seems that your role almost is to take the pressure off of that homeowner who just doesn't want to deal with all that stress of making sure the contractor does his work right and all that. And you in essence, help to orchestrate all that and manage the project.
Right. Well, unfortunately,
you're paid on salary, not commission, too, right?
Well, again, I base it on a monthly fee, projecting how long it's going to take, number one, to get it back online, and number 2, to finish it. And by the time you get there, usually the homeowner's nerves are frayed. He's spending a lot of money, and what is more important, he spent a lot of time, and he thinks he should be at this point of the job, and he's not. And what I do is I come in, normally on the recommendation of the architect. I come in, I assess the situation, see where we are as far as quality-wise, what's been done, what hasn't been done, what's been overlooked. And then we get together it usually takes 4 weeks, because these homes are very sophisticated, especially when you start looking at 10, 12, 13, 14,000 square foot homes. There's a lot of things that are in them that a normal residents would even think about. And you get the homeowner back in, number one, try and build a positive attitude.
Right, because this is becoming, this is in part why I put this series together, is because people are frustrated, they get worried, they get concerned, they get anxious when they have somebody come in their home. And the one thing that I think is really cool about what you do is you're sort of the in-between guy. The homeowner doesn't have to yell at the contractor because they're not that comfortable doing it anyway, generally speaking. And you come in almost like a liaison for that homeowner.
Well, I represent the homeowner.
Right,
and his wife.
Right. You become another, which is kind of neat because it takes the stress off of.
It does.
Off of them having to deal with it.
And if there's any issues that come up, they don't go to the tile contractor or the rough framer or the electrician. They come to me.
Right.
And then I handle it. And in most cases, what you do is you have a weekly meeting, sometimes twice a week with the homeowner initially getting started. And then once they get that comfort factored in there where they see things are getting done and people are showing up and making things happen,